Woo! Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Excuse me for coming in late this morning. Yes, I am late. It should have started at 8 o'clock, not 8:03. I was having a few issues, though. I was trying to take care of something, and I spilled something, and I had to get it up because it was on my hardwood floors. Plus, I was listening to some information, and oh my God, I left it in there. Hold on. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. You're in my element. You're in my element, element. You are in my element. Ah, yeah, yeah. I just created my own song. Listen, y'all, I am such a big kid. I want y'all to know. Y'all probably don't even realize. Y'all looking at a big kid, a big overgrown kid. I'm an overgrown kid. I'm potty trained. That's the best part about me. I'm potty trained. Oh. And I know how to clean windows too. Oh my God. Listen, I love y'all because y'all don't realize y'all in the room with a big old baby. I'm a big old kid. If I had a bouncing ball, a big old bouncy, I'd be playing with my bouncy. I'm thinking about getting a trampoline because I like bouncing. And so I'm a big old kid. So when I see the bouncy houses, I'd be like, hey, y'all, come out. Because they say they got it deflated. And as soon as all the kids come out, I go in and bounce. The kids be standing there like, no, she didn't. And then I'd be standing there like, yes, I did. I love it. I'm a big old kid. And I'm a big old kid. I'm a practical joker too. Ooh, do I do some practical jokes? Baby, bye. Look, I still love doing my practical jokes. So when I was little, I used to go down the street and ring the neighbors' doorbells and run. Oh, I'll never forget the Moffats. The Moffats on the corner of 114th and Loomis. Oh my God. I used to ring Mr. and Mrs. Moffat's doorbell all the time because they hated. They were really not a nice family, not a nice couple. Mr. Moffat was kind of like, what do you want? One of those type of old men. And his wife was like, hi, dear. What can I help you with? Like you were something from another planet. The way she approached you was like, hi, dear. And then she'd give you this weird look. What can I help you with? And I was like, you ain't gonna help me with nothing in a minute. I'm gonna ring your doorbell and run. And make you come to the door. Especially when I saw them in the back of the house. If I saw them in the back of the house, I would run back around the front and I would hit their doorbell, run down the stairs, and then run next door to the other house and stand on their porch and stand there like I'm talking to the Washingtons. And then they would come to the door and they would say, did you see somebody on the porch? I'm like, no, I've been standing here for a minute talking to Mr. and Mrs. Washington. I didn't see nobody on the porch. I said, oh, well, maybe somebody walked around the side when I walked up. I don't know. But I was the little one in the neighborhood that used to ring your doorbell and you come to the door and you didn't see nobody standing there. That was me. That would be me. Yes, indeed. Ooh. I just feel so silly this morning. You know why? Let me tell you something. I felt a little sniffle coming on early yesterday, in the afternoon, actually. It was in the later afternoon. I felt a little sniffle from this nostril. And so you know how and then you feel the drain. I was like, because my throat felt a little scratchy just right in here. And so I said, I'm finna get a scratchy throat. I might be getting a little bit of a cold. Just a little bit. It's about that time. It's been almost 2 years since I had a cold. It's been 2 years, 2019. I want to say it was 2019 in February or March, somewhere around there when the last time I had a cold of 2019. So it's been a while. So I said, okay, it might be just a little cold. You know, sometimes you can push the mucus and stuff out of your body, and then it'll come back up. You know, it'll, or either you got a little couple of little pockets of mucus somewhere in your body, and they like attaching on to one of your little organs or something. And they like, no, I'm not gonna go. Get away from me, Ginger. Get away from me, Ginger. Get away from me, cayenne pepper. Get away from me. Get away from me. I don't want to go. Or garlic, step back, garlic. You are standing too close. It don't be wanting to go nowhere. So the little mucus want to attach to one of the little organs inside your body, and it just want to hold on and be like, no, I don't want to go. And it be seeing his family members going out of all of your other pores, and he'd be like, no, I don't want to go with them. I love you, family, but I want to stay on the inside of this person's body and wreak havoc. Well, that little piece of mucus was still inside my body because I sneezed it out last night. I said, achoo! And when I did that, it was a block of mucus. I was like, oh, okay. About the size of my little fingernail. And I said, oh, okay. It was holding on the inside of my body. And so I drank my ginger tea last night. I drank ginger. I didn't do my burdock because you're not supposed to do burdock tea every day. You're not supposed to do that every day. It's too much. So it'll tell you to drink it once every 2 to 3 days, 1 cup every 2 to 3 days. So I had a good full cup of it the other day, and that's it. I made my burdock root and shaped it down and dried it. And so I made my tea, drank that tea that day. But yesterday I had my ginger tea. And so, and I had an immune. You know, those immunes, the little dry packets of vitamin C. I put that in water last night, in warm water. In my spring water, I heated it up in the pot, put that little immune in there, stirred it up, let it sit there for a minute, stirred it up real good. And then I drank it straight down. And then I drank another cup of tea about a half an hour later. And I took my echinacea and golden seal, and I took a vitamin C tablet, which is the vitamin C, I forget, it's called something. But anyway, I took that. I took my B12. I took my mullein, because mullein is really good for mucus removal. So I took my mullein, and that was it. My golden seal echinacea, that's 2 capsules I take twice a day. And I took that, which is a golden seal echinacea blend. And then I took, I drank my ginger tea, and I had, I drank chamomile and green tea and with ginger. And then I had a big old cup of ginger tea yesterday also. So I have been teaing myself and watering, drinking lots of water. And so last night I took a hot shower, and I felt a little better, but you know how you can still feel the stuffiness, and it was on one side of my head. So I said, and my throat was scratchy. And so I got some good sleep last night, woke up this morning, meditated, prayed, worked out with Frugal and them, and then did Val, home health, home workout health hub. I did Val's ab challenge with Frugal and all. And I did my walk run with Leslie Sansoni. And so after I did that, I came upstairs. I started feeling a whole lot better. And so I fixed some coffee because I wanted some of my dark coffee that I had been having in there for the longest. And I had that with some whole grain toast with just a little butter and jelly on it, the natural jelly with no high fructose corn syrup and all that crap in it. And I had that this morning. And so I feel a whole host of better. This nasal passage is still somewhat kind of blocked, but it's not blocked like that. The scratchiness, it's gone. So I just, your body will tell you when it's not feeling right. Because yesterday I was feeling kind of in the dumps. I went to sit down at the table and start working a little bit on my business plan again. Because I said I had promised that I'm going to have that plan done at the end of this month. But I had to retract that because I won't have it done at the end of this month, because I still have to do not my profit and loss, because of course you can't do a profit and loss when you ain't in business yet, right? Ain't operating yet. But my cost analysis. So I had to do my cost analysis. And in order to do my cost analysis, I have to have the price of, or at least an estimate of, the food trucks that I'm looking at purchasing. So I don't have those. I am going to Ohio to look at a food truck plant and just talk with the guy and see how they work, see how they operate, see exactly what they do. I'm really picky about that. So I'm picky when it comes to serving people, especially food. I've always been picky. I'm picky for myself. So if I'm picky for me, I use that same pickiness for my customers. That's how you do business. If I ain't gonna eat it, I ain't gonna serve it. If I don't like charred dog, it ain't gonna be on my menu. Okay. Right, right. And if I don't like stewed cat, it ain't gonna be on my menu. I just thought I'd let y'all know. Hey, Frugal. Hey, 12. Hey, Alma. Hey, Alicia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, my God. Linda's in the house. Bobby Norman's here. Hey, guys. Thank you so much. She said, get a neti pot. I've tried those. They don't work for me. For some reason, it goes straight up and it seems like it's in my eyes and my brain at the same time. And I don't like that feeling. But anyway, let's get down to business, everybody. Let me say these things because our guest is here. We don't want them to wait too long. Unfortunately, my administrative assistant that helps do all the office in the green room, she wasn't able to come in today. She wasn't feeling well. So I told her, please stay home. Because she could be bringing them germs in and get me sick too. But anyway, I told her to stay home. So my guest is in the green room. I'm sorry, we don't have any tea, but drink some water. And if there ain't no bottled water in there, be gentle with the faucet water because it's supposed to have lead in it. So so I had to let my guest know that it might be lead in the water, so she might not want to drink the faucet water. But anyway, let's get started, y'all. So you guys know I read from the Spice of Life, right? And let me tell you, today's nugget of wisdom is to err is human. To blame it on the other party is politics. Love that one. To err is human. To blame it on the other party is politics. Y'all know how the politicians always blame it on the other person. They did it. They did it. They did it. They never point their finger at themselves. They did it. I love that one. I was like, this is a good one. I got to share this one this morning. Oh, my God. And then, of course, our apples of gold. I love these books. Oh, my God. Jeannie gave me these. Y'all know Jeannie's birthday was on the 20th, right? On Tuesday. And I had some flowers shipped to her house. And they came stacked in this cute little coffee cup. Jeannie has never said, she said she never bought a coffee cup for herself. So this coffee cup was gorgeous. So when she finished, when the plants, when their flowers and stuff die, or she puts them in a vase from that point on, she's going to use her cup. So cute. She said she loved the gift. But Neila, you shouldn't have did that. I said, oh, Jeannie, somebody can spend on you once in a blue moon. She tickles me. She's such a frugal lady. But today's nugget of wisdom is, life is 10% what you make it and 90% how you take it. It's only 10% of what you make it and it's 90% of how you take it. You know, we see a lot of stuff going on in our lives, y'all. And let me tell y'all real quick and tell you this because we got to get to our guests. Some things come into our lives and we've been like, no, you know what I'm saying? Griping and complaining all the time, irritated all the time from everything. And everything is not irritable. It is to you if you allow it to be. But that's the major word, key word, allow it to be. If you allow it to be. So if you don't allow it to be in your element, then shoo it out and don't let it be in your element. But don't let it just every time something go on, it's always irritation. You just running your blood pressure up and all that crap for nothing. It can't be that serious. If it ain't going to make a dent in your pocket or a change in your household or a drastic change in your life, a drastic change for the worse, then don't even trip on it. Child, let that stuff go. If it don't apply, let it fly right on past you. Okay, let's get into our prayer this morning. Good morning, Lauren. Thanks, Crossbull, you guys for coming in. Thank you. So let's get into prayer. Bobby said, so that's true. You got that right, honey. Yes, indeed it is. Good morning, Jerry. Hey, she came in today. Yay! Jerry said, okay, I'm going to come and look today. I got on her butt yesterday. I said, you need to be watching the show. She said, okay, I'm going to come and watch. I said, I felt like a mother. I was saying, you need to come and watch that show, you know. Thank you, Jerry, for coming and joining me this morning. And share this, y'all. Click that thumbs up, that like button. And click the share button. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, please, by all means, click that subscribe button. And you know that little bell icon right there next to it. Click that too, so that every time I go live, you are notified. Boop. There you go. Everybody, let's pray. As you guys know, we inhale from the baseline up. We push out all that old carbon monoxide. We inhale a fresh breath of oxygen, and we hold and meditate on that for 10 seconds. We meditate on something that's intentional, something that we want to bring forward today. Only one thing, maybe two little light things, but not a lot, because you really want to accomplish it. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to overdo your plate. So let's inhale from the full stomach up, hold it 10 seconds, exhale, and go into prayer. Shall we start? Inhale, hold it, exhale. Mm. Heavenly Father, thank you once again for another brand new day. Hallelujah. Lord, we thank you for waking us up this morning, getting us started. Heavenly Father, for those of us who aren't feeling well this morning and all of a sudden we just feel fine now, like myself, we want to thank you for clearing up any incompetencies within our bodies right now. We thank you for clearing up any infractions that's going on in our lives. Heavenly Father, as we go about our day today, we just ask that you go before us. Speak through us. Give us the words that may fall on those deaf ears. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for keeping us sane through all that's going on in the world right now. Thank you for keeping us complacent within ourselves. And we just thank you for allowing us to live through it all, healthy, wealthy, and wise. We ask that you cover those who are contemplating harm and evil and dangers upon others' lives. We ask that you cover them in the blood of Jesus, protect them and keep them, and knock all of those evil, wicked thoughts out of their mind, out of their hearts, and definitely from their actions. We pray for these things because they know not what they do, Heavenly Father. So we ask that you protect them and guide them as well. Lord, we just ask that you open the airways that we fly through, the roads that we travel, and the grounds that we tread upon, making our destinations of arrival safe, sound, and complete. Heavenly Father, as we go about our day, we just want to say thank you once again for all things, for sight, for touch, for hearing, for seeing, for smelling, for tasting, for feeling, for loving. We ask for these things in the name of Jesus. We ask for love, light, laughter, faith, endurance, strength, perseverance, and all the things that we need to carry forth our day in a positive way. Lord, we just thank you for just allowing us to come together on these platforms and praise your holy name. And we pray for these things in the name of Jesus. And we all say, amen, amen, amen. Hallelujah. God is so good. Look, look, look. God is so good. Let's see. Yes. Hi, everybody. So let's bring on our guest. Everybody, let's welcome Dr. Sharice Thompson to the stage. Hi, Dr. Thompson.
Hi.
How
Hello.
are you?
Can you just check and make sure you're hearing me okay?
I hear you fine. Can
Okay.
you hear
All
me?
right. Beautifully. Yes. Very good.
Awesome.
Very good.
You look
Thank you.
fabulous. You don't even look like the doctor that treats my mom. This is Dr. Therese Thompson, everybody, DDS. Yes, she is a
Correct.
dentist. And Dr. Thompson, enlighten us on, first of all, how long you've been practicing and where you're practicing at right now, what you do, just a little insight as to who you are and what you do.
Sure. First, thank you so much for inviting me on this platform. Every opportunity that I have, I want to give it first, as we always say, give it to God because He, again, is our creator. And I thank Him for this opportunity. It's nothing by chance or accident, it's always by divine spirit that He moves. So you have been brought in my path for a reason. So I like to just thank you first because I met you just a month ago. As a client. And I listened to your show last night. And yes, the word is client, not we try to get out of the word patient. So I thank God for sending you to us. So a little bit about myself. My name is Dr. Sharice Baylard Thompson. I am in year 26 as a general dentist, born and raised on the south side of Chicago. A little bit of my educational background, of course, born and raised on the South Side. Got to give big ups to our South Siders. Right in the Gresham area. Attended no longer named Academy of Our Lady, all girl Catholic high school. Loyola University for undergrad, 1 year dental school, and then transferred when Loyola made the decision to close their dental school to University of Detroit Mercy. So I have some Michigan roots for as well. So I have to
Wow.
give shouts out to Detroit, Michigan for educating me, finishing my education in dentistry at University of Detroit Mercy.
Wow.
Came back home to Chicago, which is my hometown. Married my husband, who has been in my life since we were in grade school,
Oh,
and
I love
so
that.
over 30 something years together. Started a practice 5 years out of dental school on the south side of Chicago on 99th and Western. Then moved to 1720 West 95th, then downtown to 828 South Wabash, and then back to where I am now, 9127 Southwestern, with 26 years of general dentistry, and now educator too, but in my field.
Wow. So you are teaching dentistry.
Well, I'm teaching dental hygiene, which teaching in city colleges at Malcolm X in the dental hygiene program. We are a program that train students to become dental hygienists, which is a 2 year program through city colleges. It's under health science. It used to be called Kennedy. It was at Kennedy King at first with UIC, and it
Mhm.
moved and transitioned over to Malcolm X. It's not a new program. It's just a geographical change. So, and I'm still practicing 1 day a week, a dentistry privately as well as teaching. So,
Y'all see my teeth? See the shine on my teeth, y'all. I just had them polished the other day. Cleaned, deep cleaned, and polished, and all because of Dr. Thompson. So got to ask you. One of the main things you and I talked about. There is a DT in the studio, and there is a Rhonda White. Do you know them?
yes,
Okay,
family, God family, let them in.
let them in on the screen. Hey, Rhonda. Who's
This is
DT?
God's family, and DT
Turn your
is my
camera
hubby.
on and your
That's
volume.
that's my partner.
Okay, who Rhonda is?
Rhonda, Rhonda is my God family. We're in health science together. She is. You want to talk to her too? All right, she's a physical therapist. You would want to talk to her.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, so you got another health professional on, and now at Prairie State, developing the PT program, PTA, physical therapy assistant program. So
Oh my
we got the sisters
God.
doing it, and then the other DT is the love of my life, my husband, Darren Thompson. So,
Darren better show his face. Darren, put your
be
camera
sure.
on, Darren. Don't even
Well,
try it. I gotta say this before we go any further. Crossbull, who's one of our viewers, said 26 years you've been practicing. She said Dr. Sharice looks like she's 16. I told her that the first day I met. I said,
youthful.
what? She said, girl, I'm in my 50s. I said, oh, girl, you better stop playing. She looked like a little kid. I said, girl, you look like a little teenager. She really does, y'all. She really does. She has such a very youthful face. She does not look her age at all. And so I got to say good morning to Whitney Jones, who is coming in all the way from the UK. Good morning, Whitney. Thank you for joining us this morning. And Boss Lady Denise, thank you for joining us. Oh, my God, Sharice, Dr. Thompson, you are amazing. Oh, thank you, Yvette, for coming in and joining me this morning. Thank you so much. Dr. Sharice Thompson, I got to ask you, what initially inspired you to pursue dentistry as a means of career, as an option for one of your, as your career option?
That's an excellent question. I get that all the time from students and from even the patients or clients that come in. It started in high school, knowing I wanted to be in healthcare, wanting to be a doctor. And as we know, your family, like, we want you to get a good education, become a doctor or a lawyer. Well, I always liked science. So I started pursuing this in high school when I went to a career day and saw the first woman dentist, not African American. She was white. And when I met her and she started talking about dentistry and how it was like a business, you're a health professional, you're a business owner, you can be a mother, you can own your own business. I was hooked. I said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Had no family in business in dentistry, and that's my story. I just started pursuing it, and it was like, it's gonna have to happen or not, and it did. So,
Awesome. Awesome. So your husband said he is in the middle of seeing patients.
yes.
He said, you're going to have to go ahead on it and handle this. He'll
That
come
was
back
me,
when he
actually.
can.
Oh, that's
And
Rhonda.
so
That's
Bobby,
Rhonda White. She's yeah, Pete. She's actually on the job working as a physical therapist.
I know, I saw her. She
Yeah,
got,
so
she's in her, yeah, she in her garbs and
she's in
everything.
her element.
She in her element. That's
Thank you, thank you, my sister and my soror for supporting me today. Thank you.
awesome. And she said, Bobby Norman, who is also here, her and her husband Sam, who are international podcasters, and they've been elected to be in the Podcasters Hall of Fame, and they have been placed there. They also have a radio show as well as a publishing company. She's here, and she's just want to make a statement. She said, "You are very youthful." She's very youthful, and Whitney said, "Dr. Thompson looks amazing. Blessings to everyone." Yvette's mother said, "I know you got to hit it. You have a lot of work to do." Woo! And that's what she. Well, no, Bobby said it to Yvette. So everybody, I want everybody to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, please. So your husband said he's in another meeting, but he listening in to his wife, his sugar booger. No, I added that in, sugar booger. He didn't say that, I did.
He did not say that.
Me and his boo. I love it. So you said that's what inspired you. So in the realm of doing that, was there anything throughout your term years in school that kind of threw a boomerang in there, or something like a rock at you that said, do I really want to do this? That made you second guess whether or not what you were doing was the right choice to make, or what?
Well, pursuing higher education and a profession will always bring some challenges, whether it's academic, financial, or even just personal issues. Nothing truly made me want to stop. It was all about my family being that village. And by the way, I am the first grandchild in the family, and out of all of the grandchildren, the first in the family to receive the high, a doctorate and become a doctor in the family. So I felt it was a mission to continue, for those prayers of the village, to keep going. And that's what kept me going when I ran into those obstacles of finance, or finding it difficult to study for national exams or board exams, or just finding myself being, one of very few of color in the class. The same kind of social issues and concerns we're having now with diversity and wanting more people of color in healthcare it's real. And you find yourself a lot of times being the only one or one or two, and that's what it's like when you're pursuing medicine, or a higher education where it's not that many of us represented. So some of the challenges were real, but I have to say I don't regret any of them. They made me who I am, gave me the character of the person that I am today, and have really made me become stronger and better as a provider.
And Bobby said, "Yes, Queen. God, the first in your family. God bless you in all your endeavors." Yes, I say the same thing, and I say congratulations to that, because I too am a first in my nuclear family to earn a higher education degree. And my mom and dad ain't here to see it though, and nor is my brother or my best friend, my best friend. They all transitioned some years ago, but it's okay. I feel that their spirit is watching over me from up above, and I think my mom is smiling up there saying she finally did so. I know my mom probably smiling up there now, because I know I put her through a world of worries back in the day. But here we go. I want to also ask you this: in dentistry, what is the most important thing for people to know about no, I take that back. Let me reword this. People are so frightened of dentists. When you hear dentist, oh, you got to go to the dentist. The only thing people can think of is getting their tooth pulled, pain. What can we do to soothe that over for people, or what could you tell them about dentistry that can help them have a better way of looking at it and approaching it?
First, I like to begin with dental anxiety is real. It is a real fear. That is what keep many of people out of the dentist, because that fear or pain, or they've had a bad experience. It's usually started with some type of bad experience, and it's like like trauma. It is trauma, and that doesn't go away. It stays in your mind. So now it's like reintroducing something traumatic to a person. So if you had a bad experience in the dental chair or pain, and it was a bad experience trying to be relieved of pain, that sticks with you, and it is true trauma. And
Mm.
no dentist is trained to take that lightly. We are in this field knowing that there is real anxiety that exists when it comes to dentistry, and for whatever the reason that brings about. To answer your question, what could someone do is be honest about it when you see your provider and say, I do suffer from dental anxiety. Now, what does that mean? When you say I'm anxious, or my favorite line is I hate the dentist. And I used to say, for every person that comes in and say I hate you, and I had $1 or 50 cents, okay, I just retire. But it's real, because there is scientific literature about dental anxiety, and it
Mhm.
does exist. And we
Mhm.
live in a scientific world with evidence based science. So I say, please tell your provider that you suffer from anxiety. And what are the forms of anxiety? It could be needle phobia. Patients say, oh, I just freak out when I see the needle. You coming in my mouth, touching me, and I'm in pain and I can't be in control. Or just pain itself, and the
Mhm.
fear that when you had a tooth either removed or filled, or whatever treatment you had done, it was so much pain involved. You were afraid to say you were in pain, and you sat there and dealt with it. It brings it up all over again when you get back in the chair, as we say, and it just starts all over.
Oh.
So I usually try to find out what is the exact fear that they're dealing with. Is it about um, the needle, or what I call needle phobia, or is it about me working on you and you perceiving that I'm about to do something to harm you? And
Mm.
that is a conversation too in itself.
Mhm.
So, but
Wow.
just be honest about it and let your provider know, and then don't be afraid to keep seeking out a provider that you trust and that's listening to you and partnering with you and saying, okay, here's how we're going to help you. And then sometimes there's so much a very big fear that you may need some drugs. You may need nitrous. You may need a anti-anxiety medication before coming in. You may need a Zantac, something to bring your nerves to
Right.
bring you down to a level where you're feeling calm and not on edge. Because I've seen patients. I mean, you can hyperventilate just because you're
Mm.
that anxious. And then
Mm.
it starts with our children and education, and bringing our children to get care earlier in life. The more you bring them to the dentist, and we talk about prevention. The prevention is the number one thing that we need to learn, is how we take care of our mouth, so we can prevent the caries, the cavities. Then we don't have to worry about the fillings, the extractions, losing our teeth, gum disease. So when we start our children coming in much early and teaching them and showing them that it can be fun to go to the dentist, that does help as you go into your older years and become a youth and a older adult, that you're okay with it. But it does start with someone having a traumatic experience in life with the dentist.
Mhm. One of the things you and I talked about when I was there for my first visit, when I mentioned the fact that I had a talk show and I would love to bring you on, and we talked about COVID-19.
Mm.
And I remember you said, oh, I want to really talk about some stuff dealing with COVID-19. What could you tell us about COVID-19 and the blending or mixing of dentistry?
COVID-19. Well, this is a good topic, but I'm going to give it more specific topic.
Okay.
COVID-19 and in dentistry, with coming to the dentist. First, I like to say to all your viewers and all those listening that it is safe to go to the dentist. I would invite you. I can't type it into the chat, to go to the CDS.org website, which is the Chicago Dental Society.org. I am a member of the Chicago Dental Society, the Illinois State Dental Society, and the American Dental Association. Chicago Dental Society has a website that is built for going just for, should I visit my dentist. There is also an article that's in there that Chicago Dental Society published, with me speaking about how to take care of your mouth, oral health, things of that nature. But this website was designed, and I served on the communication committee for this website and for this marketing piece that teaches you or educates you on why it's still okay to go to the dentist in COVID-19. It is all designed to questions that patients, it's a toolkit. We even have it for our dentists so that when you sit in the chair and ask your dentist, I don't know if it's safe, should I come in? So let me say, yes, it is safe to go to your dentist. Why is it safe, Dr. Thompson? It is safe because we are wearing PPE to the fullest. Remember, we've been working in your mouths before it was COVID-19. People, do you remember HIV, AIDS? That was the scare in the 80s. And people didn't want to go to the dentist because of the simple disease or virus called HIV. And they were
Blood
hearing
transmission.
blood transmission. They were hearing scary stories about how it was brought in through dental offices. So people freaked out about going to the dentist. And I was just training in dentistry at that time. And it changed. It
Yes.
changed how we practice dentistry. So just walking you through, we're wearing masks. We always wear masks. We're wearing a type of mask that can help that can minimize those aerosols and keep us from inhaling the aerosols. We're wearing the mask that are N95s with a mask over the N95s. We're wearing shields. We have our gloves. We have our gowns. We practice washing your hands, good sanitation, all of those sterilization, cleaning up, wiping between the patients coming in, minimizing the number of patients in the room, air purifiers. We have just done it all to make sure that safety has always been number one with dentistry, but we have enhanced it even more. The second thing I want to say why you should come to the dentist, because many patients are suffering with gum disease, periodontal disease, and they have diabetes or heart problems, and those are intertwined. We find that patients who are diabetic also are more susceptible of having gum disease, and patients who are susceptible to gum disease may have comorbidities, which is diabetes and high blood pressure. How many people do I meet that say I have high blood pressure and I'm a diabetic? Those are even more reasons why you should see your dentist, because those two diseases right there are linked with gum disease.
Oh my
So
God. Hold on one second. That is so uh, to hear that. Hold on one second. Oh my God. I have got to hey Siri, call Carolyn Carter. I have got phone number for Karen Carter. No, not that. Or mobile. No. Carolyn Carter. Calling Carolyn Carter. I have got to let them know to get online if she answers, because my brother is a diabetic. He's a high blood pressure.
Okay.
And he also has congestive heart failure.
Wow.
And one of the things that we've never talked about is if he's had dental work. And when the last time he's checked his mouth. That is really interesting to have a checkup, because to know that you're more prone to get gum disease than you are anything else. She's not there. Then and then vice versa. That's something that I think he really needs to look into.
Well, that's a part of coming to the dentist, and our mission and our value, and a part of our responsibility, even dental hygienists. That's what we do. We're not just here to, as we say, drill, feel, and bill you. It's an education moment too. It's an opportunity to come in and have that talk with your dentist. I want to say your dentist, when you have a connection with your dentist, we're the one profession that you see more, because we insist you come in twice a year, every 3 to 4 months, and see us. And we encourage you to go see your doctor, go have a checkup, have a talk with your doctor about we're concerned that you might be diabetic, because the mouth, and I teach this to our students because I teach nutrition and community health. The mouth is the mirror to the body. We can, and I like to go out and talk to students, young people, when I'm in schools. And I said, did you know your mouth is the mirror to your body? Did you know we can look in your mouth and determine what type of what your health is like? We can diagnose diseases in your body based on looking in your mouth. Did you know we can go in your mouth and determine that there might be a sexually transmitted disease? There might be diabetes going on because of the gums bleeding. There could be other things. There could be cancer, oral cancer, because we do look. That's another thing people fail to realize. Oral cancer is real. And we are examining you to determine. They don't talk about it as much as the breast cancer and all the other cancers, but we examine you to make sure that you are not that you are not diagnosed or susceptible or suspicion of oral cancer in the mouth. So the mouth is indeed the mirror to the body. So we can look in your mouth and determine your health or how healthy, or there are other things that could be going on or manifesting in your body. So it's not the mouth, your head is connected to your body. We're all connected. So dentistry has really changed in the fact that we are educating patients about overall health. It's not about just your teeth. I'm trying to explain to a lot of patients or clients when they come in, it's not about me just looking in your mouth and saying, okay, you don't have cavities. It's about educating you about your oral health along with your overall health. So I take your blood pressure when you come in, and we have that talk about what medications are you on? Did you know this medication could be drying your mouth out? If you have a dry mouth, you may have cavities. Or why can't I keep coming back getting these cavities, Dr. T? Because my mouth is, what type of medications are you taking? Well, if you got medications that have a side effect of drying you out, that now allows your mouth to stay dry, and it becomes, as I call, a pool or a place where bacteria gets to hang out and have a party. So you have all this bacteria. Now you have plaque, tartar, or you're eating foods that build up tartar or plaque in the mouth. And that is a cesspool of germs. So we want to have what's called a balance of good and bad bacteria. And when you can have that balance, then you can have a healthy mouth. But if we have the bad bacteria overtaking the good bacteria, that's when we're talking about gum disease or gingivitis or things like that.
Wow.
And when people say, well, what is gum disease or periodontal disease? It is a disease that is caused by bacteria that can cause you to lose bone. And when you lose bone, you lose your teeth loosen and you lose your teeth. And periodontal disease is a disease based on the host. It's a host response. So you and I can be in a family together. You may be more susceptible to gum disease than I am, because it all deals with your body's ability as a host to respond and clean up this disease, or have triggers that's going to help clean up the bacteria. So I get a lot of people in our families come in and say, well, wait a minute, you know what, my sister, my brother had bad teeth or whatever. My mother lost their teeth from gum disease. Am I going to lose my teeth? I say, well, let's look at the factors. The factors are your body's ability to protect yourself, as well. Sometimes it is genetics.
Wow.
So you got a double whammy sometimes playing, Russian roulette with you. And then it's also how you're taking care of yourself. So those are all some things that we have conversation about when you sit in the chair. And I'm a talker, so I do more talking than sometimes I think I get the dental work done. But
We love you.
but I like the fact that the patients leave saying, "Wow! If you can leave knowing one new thing, wow! I've done my job."
Yeah, and I
About
was
how to take care
wow
of your mouth.
because I was like, wow, I didn't think of that. It's a lot of stuff that we don't even think about at the moment that we're enacting or going into something. We don't really see the full picture of things, or like some people, you got some people that's just totally anal about Googling everything. They want to know everything there is before they do anything. And I understand, people making preparation. Sometimes myself, I think it's a bit much. And so I don't do all of that, but I do Google a lot of stuff myself, and just reviews and comparisons. I Googled you. I saw the reviews. I saw one review. It's going to always be one person that has something bad to say, but otherwise the reviews were great reviews, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. Plus you were a referral from my insurance as a person that was fully covered, invested into the insurance policy that I have. And so I was like, okay, cool. That means less money coming out of my pocket for services that I need, because you are fully vested in. So I was great about that. That was 1 plus. Then you had great reviews. That was 2 plus. Then you were close to home. That was +3 for me. I was like, okay, cool. And then when I came into the office, though the little idiosyncrasies with, oh, your insurance is, and they kept coming, oh, your insurance. And I'm like, are y'all really calling my insurance and asking them these questions? Because what you're telling me don't make sense. But after that, we got that cleared up. Then everything was fine. I walked into the office. It was clean, and you can just see clean. It wasn't a whole bunch of people sitting up in there waiting, and
Well, that's a part of COVID too. That's the whole thing of following the protocol for COVID.
Yes.
We want you to wait in your car, one or two people in the waiting area. It depends on the size of your office too. So COVID-19 has changed that. We don't want a room full, a waiting room full of people. We want to bring you back as we're ready for you. One to two, 6 feet apart, hand washing. At one point, we had you rinsing and brushing before starting treatment. Now, as CDC protocols have changed through CDC, we're now having you wash your hands, keep your mask on, then unmask when I'm working on you. We have the air filters, and then we're masking you back when you are done, so that we're keeping you safe. So things are going to consistently change. And one thing about dentistry, we will be able to keep up with those changes and make sure that we are protecting our patients and giving them optimal dental care. But it is important to learn about how to take care of your mouth. And yeah, insurance is another animal. You could have one talk show about insurance all day long, but that's another thing I try to educate patients on, because we don't know what insurance how it works when it comes to dentistry. And when I began practicing and start practicing and started my practice, that was the biggest challenge for me. I had to become a student of dental insurance, take classes on how you bill, how does billing work, how to talk to the insurance companies, the customer service, how to get paid. And then when I learned it, I taught that back to the patient. I said, so listen, this is what you have. Because some patients come in and think, oh, my insurance is supposed to pay for everything. And I'm like, no, dentistry and medicine are different. One thing, when you go to your doctor, let me ask you a question. Do you ever ask the receptionist or the person sitting at the desk, how much is this going to cost? You give them a card and they say, we're going to bill you, and you don't discuss anything more. You go in the back, have your exam, come out, make your next appointment, and then you get your bill in the mail. We're the only profession where we have to fight and talk about how much it's going to cost to fit. We talk about your procedures, how much this cleaning going to cost, how much this filling, the crown. We're the only profession that talks about what we're doing and how you're going to pay us to do it. Just think about it. You go to a podiatrist, you go to a chiropractor. You're not asking how much is my insurance going to pay. You give them your card and you get the bill and you pay it.
Well,
So
I'm gonna be honest with you.
be changed in legislator, and that's what dentists are fighting. We are just we are not treated a lot like your other medical providers.
Right.
And let me just say this to the viewers: the same amount that you were given back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I'll just start in the 60s when I was born. The amount of money you were given to have dentistry done back in the 60s of $1,000 or $2,000 is still the same in 2021.
Ridiculous.
Who can get treatment done? Who can take a bucket of money with $2,000 in it? And I like to say bucket to my clients. You're giving $2,000 or $2,500. In today's society, with prices as they are, who can get dental work done or medical treatment done at $2,500 for the year?
For the
So that's
year.
the problem. So that's a legislative fight, and that's a legislative fight with insurance companies and dentists lobbying to say this is wrong. And there is what's called disparity out there. Everybody cannot afford to see a dentist.
Nope.
There are patients who have to do Medicare, Medicaid, and that's another fight. I have to educate. What's the difference between Medicaid and Medicare?
Nothing.
Patients say, I have Medicare. Do you take that? Medicare is the health care that takes care of you and allow you to get free care for those who are over 65 or 63 and over. Medicaid is insurance for dental work for either children or people who make a certain amount of money. So you have to fall within a certain income level to get Medicaid.
Yep.
And it is dental insurance that only dentists who are Medicaid providers can do. Now, because they changed the Medicare laws, you now have Medicare that can give you dental and health. So I had to learn that too. So now we have patients coming in and say, do you take my Medicare? So there are Medicare plans with the dental plans on them. But again, they don't give you like a gamut of treatment that you can get. You get your basic preventative, a cleaning, exam, x-rays. When it comes to
Saving your teeth.
saving your teeth, implants, crowns, or even dentures or removable partials and dentures, they may pay a portion or not all of it. So
Mhm.
I have a class just sitting you. It takes up time to do dental work because I'm talking about what your plan pays or don't pay, and that's also can be burdensome in the office when you're
Yeah.
trying to educate the patient. But I want you to leave knowing why it does or does not pay, so that I say, look, I'm not a here to do the work that your insurance company says that they will pay. I am your provider saying this is what you need based on what I've examined and diagnosed. So I provide you treatment based on your need and what is the best for you, and not dictated by your insurance company. So that does hurt some people because they're like,
Mhm.
well, if they don't pay for it, I'm not getting it done.
Right.
So I call it the need and benefit type of treatment plan. This is something you need and what the benefit will be
Benefits.
when you get it.
And I am one of those people that say, if they not gonna pay for this fully right now, I can't afford to get this done. But I will say right now I can't. But I want to ask you a quick question about something. Does your office take this provider card called Care Credit?
Yes.
That
That's a
that is a
great
supplement,
question.
everybody. I
That,
want everybody to know, if your medical insurance doesn't cover you fully for dental work, but just for preventive maintenance only, like a one cleaning a year,
mhm.
X-ray, one simple bracket X-ray, and cleaning, and that's it. Please apply for Care Credit. Let your so that you can get the work you need done. Here's what I have to say about what some people do in the world, is that you take care of your job. You'll go to your job, act like you can't miss a day. And I understand you'd be like, well, if I miss a day, I miss my pay and I got bills to pay. Let me tell you something. If you're sick and you're harboring dental disease, that can ultimately harm the rest other parts of your body, like create diabetes, heart disease, or whatever the case, mental disease, anything, mess with your eyes. Anytime something is going on with your mouth or your eyes, this part of your body you need to really take care of, as well as the lower part. But I'm saying, when you talk about your mouth, your eyes, your nose, your ears, things that's dealing with the brain, which has power over the body, I'm letting you know, do what you need to do to take care of you. Care Credit will pay the extra that's needed for that dental work that your insurance won't pay for. And then you pay Care Credit on a monthly basis. It's like a credit card. The blessings in it is that you can have them, what do they call it?
You
When
can
the
do
money,
finance. Yeah, you can. It's used to finance your
yeah,
dental. It's a healthcare credit card that
yeah,
allows you to finance your dental, medical, veterinary. Well,
yeah.
let me
But
just
no,
say
it
this.
has veterinary too.
I am shocked of the patients clients that come in and say, "I got care credit," and I'm like, "Yeah, really? Yeah, I use it for the family member, the dog, the cat."
Uh-huh.
They have no problem going to the veterinarian and putting that care credit down, because guess what? Veterinarians don't take insurance. They take
Nope.
cash. So I said, okay, well, you know about care credit. That's wonderful. It's a healthcare financing a credit card, and it allows you to do 0% interest
Yep.
or low interest at a year to up to 3 years.
Yep.
I tell patients it's just like if you had a 0% visa,
Yep.
so that for 12 to 18 months with no interest on it. You depends on your credit score. It allows you to have a lower interest rate than a traditional 29.99999% Visa card out there.
Yes.
That's really taking our money.
Yep.
So you could use care credit, apply online, apply right there in your dental office. Many of our dental offices take it. And it's great. I've had it for years in the practice. It's one healthcare financing card out of all the many that have been in and out of my practice that has still stayed true. And they will work with you, and if you get the work done. So you just said to me, Miss Adams, I can't afford this work right now. All right, so I'm training you now to say, okay, let's see what care credit will approve you for. And it's get now, pay later. If
Yep.
we can do this with furniture, cars, anything
Yes.
we like or we want, trips, why won't you invest that in your oral health? So
And your
go out
health,
and get
period.
it, it's your overall health. So
Overall
go
health,
out and
period.
get the care credit. and they will, and here's the beauty behind it, you can get so much work done, pay it down. And I've seen us, I'll go back to them and talk with them personally over the phone and say, hey, we had a change in the treatment, the patient needs a little bit more, can you increase the amount of their of what
Of
they're
their
eligible
credit.
for? And they
Mhm.
say, sure, doc, because they have been paying, they're a good customer and you've been with us for a long time. So these are conversations that you have to have. And I'm just
Yeah.
glad to be here to just give basic education about the dental office or the business of dentistry. And that's really what I'm here to talk about. Let's talk about the business of dentistry,
Ministry.
because it can go from oral health, how I work as a practitioner, but just the business behind it. And
Honey.
I believe the more of us who can understand the business of dentistry and how it works and operates, the less frustration, the less stress, the less fear, the anxiety. I think the anxiety comes with the fact that you got a bill sitting in front of you of $3,000 and you're saying, how the heck am I going to pay for this?
Right.
Yeah, so that I love to take your blood pressure after you've left the front desk. Excuse me. And we just told you the services you're having today is going to be $250. How would you like to pay? Then you sit in the chair with me, and then I tell the assistant, take your blood pressure, and I got to wait for 30 minutes because you're 180 over over to 100 because you're sitting here thinking about how, oh Lord, how I'm gonna pay for this, and you're about to have pain in my mouth at the same time. That is anxiety.
Right. So you take the blood pressure before you even tell them what the bill goes. That's one way of doing that. I got to go into a couple of comments. Bobby Norman said, one of my fears is that a provider saw my husband and said that they needed to take out his teeth. Then, before seeing me, told him that they had to take out my teeth. Two, needless to say, we left immediately because all they were talking about were taking out the teeth. And then Yvette said, I love the dentist. I love to smile. She is right. The fear is real, but I love dentists. I go to Taylor Dental on 45th Estate. I know you know Taylor, right? Because Taylor been around a long time. It took a while to find that comfort, but once found them, I have been posted. She is correct. And then your husband gave me the isds.org website as well.
Yes,
So I posted it
ISDS.org.
here,
Mm-hmm.
cds.org or www.isds.org. And then Crossbull said, yes, dentists and hygienists wearing masks, shields, and gloves for decades. Super safe. Yeah, they've always been safe if you ask me. And then if you ask, many dentists take payments and give discounts to longtime clients and for paying cash. We just need to ask. Do a lot of them still do that?
Yes.
And what insurance does she take? Linda Shaw is here in Chicago, and she wants to know what insurance do you take, because she watched when we had Jasmine, which is her assistant, everybody. Jasmine is Dr. Thompson's assistant, and who was here the other day on the show. And she wanted to know then what type of insurance you guys take and where your office was located. Well, I've let her know where the office is located, 9127 Southwestern. But she wants to know what type of insurance do you take? Well, Linda, she did mention she takes Medicare if you have Medicare and it covers your dentistry to a certain degree. But if you don't have Medicare and you have another type of insurance, you need to find out from your insurance provider if they provide insurance to cover certain dental
Procedures, right.
procedures. And if they don't, you might want to apply for care credit. I would tell everybody this: if you apply for care credit, be in the office at the dentist's office right then and there, or either talk to the dentist, let them know I don't have this, or, prior to your appointment. And then the dentist can assist you with making sure you get that credit card, because if they're connected with them as a provider to that insurance, to that coverage, then they'll listen to that dentist say, hey, look, this customer needs X, Y, Z, like she just mentioned. And they'll either give you the credit, or if you have the credit, they'll increase the credit limit for you, and therefore you can get the work done. But please, don't allow yourself to go and lose your teeth and all your teeth due to the fact that you didn't have money to go to a dentist, because that's what I see a lot now. People my age, younger, are losing their teeth because they didn't have dental insurance. I told my daughter, I don't give a darn what you do. She's a young adult. Make sure you take care of your teeth and your eyes and your feet.
Yes.
In the story. And
Let me just interject with the one of your viewers asked about losing their teeth, and you need to find out the why. Why are they recommending that you lose your teeth? And I do have a lot of quite a few clients will come in for for a second opinion. So let me just say this. You did the right thing. Your gut told you get up and go. So you left. Now it's time to get real about finding a second, third, or fourth, or fifth opinion and making an educated, good decision
Mhm.
about what you want to do with your health. If someone is saying all your teeth have to come out, sometimes it's how it's delivered and when it's delivered. And let me just say this, it's real when someone tell you you have to lose your teeth. I have understood from all my own family members, from friends, from working in this industry for 26 years, telling someone that they have to lose their teeth is a loss. It's a death, I call it,
Mhm.
because our teeth is so important. Not only do we chew with our teeth, we smile. It's our character. It tells our history. It tells us a lot about ourselves, and it is the last thing on earth to leave when you die and they exonerate your body. What is still left? Bones and teeth. Teeth are bones. So it is very sad to see that someone has to lose the hardest bone in their body. We think our regular bones, teeth is the hardest bone in the body.
Mhm.
To lose that is a loss. So yeah, you want to partner with a oral. I call ourselves oral health professional. I'm going to take the word dentist out now. I'm an oral health professional.
I
You
like
want
that.
to partner with an oral health professional because we're saying oral health now. We're saying oral health, overall health, the two O's. So you want to partner or find someone you trust that's going to educate you about why, about it, then come to grips with it, help you, as I say, memorialize it, go through the steps of mourning, accept it, and say, okay, now what? But it is a big loss. We don't want people just losing teeth because your teeth are very important. Let me just say this real quick. If you don't have your teeth, you cannot chew your food properly. You start swallowing your food whole. You start having colon problems, indigestion, colon cancer, ulcers, and other problems because when you swallow your food whole and it's not digested properly, what are you going to start having? First, GERD, indigestion. Then you're going to start having colonoscopies at the age of 40 and 50, and they're going to find polyps. And the polyps are related to the fact that you've not digested your food properly, and now it's sitting in the lining of your intestines, causing infection. So when I say that to patients, I'll say when I see people missing their teeth and they're eating without all of their teeth, or they don't wear the denture or the partial, or they don't want to consider implants, I said, tell me, are you having a lot of indigestion problems? Yeah. Do you have to chew your food real slow? It takes you a long time to eat? Yeah. Do you choose certain foods to eat because you don't have enough teeth to chew with? Yeah. Well, I teach nutrition and I teach the students this. If a person is not eating the right foods or the foods to give them nutrients to their body, now you're malnourished. So now we have patients who are choosing certain foods to eat
Mhm.
because they don't have the teeth to chew them with, and you are malnourished.
Mhm.
Well,
And you
I'm
can use
malnourished with
all
the
the
people.
wrong foods, all the unhealthy foods.
Malnourished is not the people you see on the TV late at night
Mhm.
from third world countries. We are malnourished here in America, where we are one of the fattest people in the
Obesity.
obese in society. So you're eating the sugars or the soft foods or the foods that's gonna be easy to get down your throat, and it's you can't eat the raw vegetables. We need vegetables. We need fruits and vegetables, proteins, and when you cannot eat the proper meal with all of the right food groups because you can't chew, you malnourished, and then now you're causing problems in your colon. You can talking about colon cancer, or you're talking about GERD or indigestion problems, or you're at the doctor talking about give me medication because I got acid reflux if it's not involved with other things like sleep apnea or something like that. So again, dentistry is teaching you about your world of your whole body, and it's all connected. I can't stop saying that your mouth is connected to your body. So we have been able to look in your mouth and have that conversation about going to your doctor. Go to your doctor. Talk about the GERD or the colon, or go get a colonoscopy. So, or high blood pressure, go have your blood pressure checked. Diabetes, put your diabetes under control so your gums stop bleeding. We
Mhm.
can control the periodontal disease even, or maintain it. So
Mhm.
that's what we do as oral health providers. We get you connected to your doctor's office, and we're hoping now that we can intercollaborate with the medical field, which we're doing more of, and teaching that to the new um, students of medicine, that we have to we have to collaborate with one another. It's not just medicine and dentistry, it's all connected.
It is. And I have a couple comments here in the comment section too. Let me run through these because they piling up on me over here. It says, Crossbull said, yes, dentists and hygienists wearing masks, shields, and gloves for decades. You guys have always been super safe. Also, she said, Crossbull said, not safe not to go to dentists. You can get heart infections from delaying dental hygiene. And that's what we spoke on earlier. Bobby Norton said, very true. The dentists have been dealing with a lot of contagious diseases for years.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have been on the forefront of everything, because when it comes to your mouth and you have other underlying issues, you got
bloodborne disease, airborne disease, TB. Yes. So bloodborne is one of the biggest, because we're dealing with blood and saliva. So when you deal with blood and saliva, now we're dealing with an aerosol, because COVID is an aerosol. Yes, we've been dealing with infectious diseases for a long time.
Wow. And she said that is deep. And 12 Bells said dentists deal with blood, so they have to be extremely sterile. Yes. And hi, Healthy Living with Wendy. Marjorie's here. Marjorie, I hope you got some rest, girl. Natural Way said, hello, everyone. Oh, hey, Natural. And Yvette said, they made me make sure to use Sensodyne, especially to keep my gums healthy, and it keeps your teeth white. Crest True White she uses. Amma, good morning. 12 Bell says, I'm in New York City and I had a bad experience with a dentist. So it's great seeing a dentist, but they are not available in every community. You're right. You're right.
Well, that's disparity. That's a community health problem. That is also why I like educating, because it's not about just I'm in two worlds, private and in public health, because the dental hygiene school is public health in the community, serving the community. So we have to teach about community health. And that's when you can get involved. You must fight. We are in a fight right now on disparity of oral health care. You have to get into your representative ears, your Congress. You have to help us fight, because we can fight as a profession, but we need patients to fight for their health care, their oral care, and have to say, I need people who look like me, educated, coming into our communities and practicing in those communities. We have to, and you're right, it's a disparity. That means we're out there, but we're not everywhere. Right. So, and then there's the other problem. Our dentists are coming out in a lot of debt, because it's expensive to become a dentist and go to school for 4 years or 6 years and learn to be a general dentist or a specialist. You come out with an exorbitant amount of debt. So the fight now is at the legislative level with our president saying, hey, you got to do something about our students coming out of professional schools with this amount of debt. Our former president and first lady have talked about this. So, and now the COVID has hit, and students have been impacted by this, and you still had to get educated and graduate, but you're still going to come out of school with debt. So I am asking listeners to get with your congressional leaders, your representatives, and fight and be the leaders in your community, or pull on the coattail or bend the ear of people in your community who have leadership to say, we want these type of clinics in our communities, and it include dentistry. They are some in the community, but not everywhere. They are what I call the healthcare community clinics, where there's dental and medical. And that's lovely, because you got the dentist on one side in the building and the medical office, and we can collaborate. So when you come in and your blood pressure is high, I say, okay, let's go send you over to the doctor's side, have this checked out. I don't have to send you out the building. So the more of those type of buildings that can be built in our communities, the better we will be healthy. So that's another soap opera about social justice.
Girl, yes, it certainly is. Ooh, it's a whole lot of nails out on the street for your tires, if you ask me, when it comes to that. I got a couple of them here. And 12 Bells, I want to hit back on that a minute and say, 12 Bells, you're in New York City. You need to try to get in touch with Cuomo, because Cuomo's in the spotlight, right? So he's trying to do all he can to help people now, because he's seen as a demon he's as a demon right now. He's in the eyes as a demon in front of people, because he's done so much harm and things of that nature, and haven't allocated things into low income communities. And so now's the time you need to be knocking on his door, or ringing his phone and saying, Cuomo, I want to talk to you about something, and maybe we can spread a little good light on you and make it, make this little bad light on that you have on you glow a little bit brighter. And I'd like to know if we can get you to help us to build a healthy community within our community, where we have health services from a great dentist and also from a doctor as well. This is where you guys need to become together. 12 bells, get some of the people in your neighborhood. Go knock on that man's office door. Call his phone. Everybody pick up the phone and call. You call, then the next person call, and then the next person call, and just bombard his phone, bombard his office, and say, this is what we need. Can you help us? Therefore, that lets you know the politicians you need to be putting into office and the ones you need to be getting the hell up out of office. End of story. I got another one. Yvette says, I saw cancer in the mouth before, working in the nursing homes. She is the truth. Yes, Dr. Thompson you are a blessing, Whitney Jones said, and she's in the UK. Yvette said, especially steroids mess your teeth up over a period of time. Taking steroids, yes. Hey, Wells. Good morning, Wells. Thank you for joining me this morning. Yes, thumbs up on everybody, guys. Thumbs up. Yvette said, I love this talk show. Thank you, Yvette. Crossbull said, yes, Dr. Thompson, whether or not your body is acidic, this is one thing I want to hit on. Whether or not your body is acidic or alkaline also affects your mouth, gums, teeth. Acidity equals cavities.
Oh wow! Look at that. This is a person who's been doing their homework.
Yeah,
Sounds like
she's always do her homework, girl. She got a ranch in California. She's a somatic healer also,
okay.
And she's been under shamanic training. She
said exactly the truth. The science is behind our pH in our mouth. There's a pH our mouth should be at to minimize the ability of the sugar of our bodies to, if you increase the pH, and acid has the ability to do that. So we want to keep the mouth at a certain pH because that's where we're able to neutralize and keep things neutral so that the bacteria doesn't grow. Bacteria, microbiology is a real science. And when we look in the mouth, we're looking at little bugs that have different types of bugs in our mouth, from the back of our throats to our nasal passages, to the type of certain bugs that are from that will cause cavities. So the more we know about these specific types of bacteria, those are the types of bacteria that we have to be cautious of, because again, I said there was good and bad. We want to keep a even, what we call equilibrium. When you start giving a large amount of bacteria in the mouth, that allows the mouth to be acidic. When you drink and eat certain foods, that can cause the pH of the mouth to change. And when we change the pH of the mouth, now the mouth can become susceptible to those certain bugs to have a party and hang out and cause cavities. And so nutrition is the key. Nutrition is the foundation to it, and that's why we're teaching that in the schools with our going out and doing oral health promotions, using our hygiene students as an opportunity to do that, because they are the oral educators. When people say, what's the difference between you, the dentist, and the hygienist? Hygienists are taught to be oral health educators, to provide you the education about how to care for your teeth and your gums when you come in for that cleaning. Talk about how the gums are susceptible. Now, the dentists, we're here to deal. We're the, I call it, detectives and the solution finder. We're gonna detect, and then we're gonna correct. So if you got the disease in the mouth, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about how do we get rid of it. And that usually is going to be in the form of doing some type of hygiene or restorative, meaning taking what's been diseased and broken down and building it back up. So we're filling teeth, we're restoring teeth, and bringing your teeth back to their natural capability of function. So that's what dentists are about. It's not just what we do, but we do a whole lot of things. So, and we're psychologists as well. We sit here and we listen to your problems while we're working, and we know you. We get to know a lot about you when you sit in that chair. We know your medical history. We know about your families. We know what you're dealing with. Sometimes people want to just come to the dentist because they need to get out and talk. And that's what I've noticed in COVID-19. We weren't shy of people coming in. They wanted to get out.
Right. So I got a question for you. And Bobby Norman Coverage posted this. Well, first of all, I'm gonna go to Crossbull Ranch. She said that's the one who talked about the acidic and cavities. Crossbull also said keeping your teeth so important. But also Dr. Thompson did say that sometimes it's necessary that you do remove those teeth Um, and you did say you wanted Bobby Norman Cubbage and her husband Sam to question that doctor and find out why did they suggest that both of them, their teeth need to be removed. Do they have
Periodontal disease. Is it
dental?
due to periodontal disease?
Uh-huh.
And that is usually the reason why people have to lose their teeth. We don't want you to go with there, but also you can, if you don't feel comfortable with that, then seek a second opinion and have someone else look to see if they agree that all of your teeth should be removed, or maybe the ones that are the worst, or what we call hopeless, poor prognosis, and maybe there can be where some can be saved. But sometimes it's a situation where they can't, and we have to deliver that news that these have to be removed, and you have to go into what's called a complete upper and lower denture, or plate, as people say. I got to have upper and lower plates, and that is sad, and it is disheartening when patients come in or clients come in, and I have to deliver that poor diagnosis,
Mm.
because it's too far gone, and that's what we don't want. We don't want you like cancer. You're in stage 4. We can't do anything for you.
Yes.
We want you in a stage where we can say, all right, we can do these, we can do some conservative or surgical means. And sometimes I have to be honest, patients don't want to hear about the surgical because of fear. I don't want you cutting, but that's what will save your teeth. But please, listeners, have a campaign on how can I save my teeth, because your teeth gives you 300 pounds of pressure. When you lose teeth and get dentures or plates, you're down to 30 pounds of pressure. So just think about chomping. This is what our teeth are meant to do. They're meant to grind. They're meant to tear and grind our food. So your front teeth will tear it, but your back teeth have to grind it. If you have nothing to grind your back, nothing, you can't chew your food properly.
See how I'm
So yeah, thank you.
and then I bet you I could probably chew to this claw, but I ain't gonna try it right now. But I
Well,
got a
it has
couple
been
more
a
to go
pleasure.
to.
Is there any more questions?
Yes, I do. It said it's because of out-of-pocket risk that a lot of people don't go to the dentist. Yes, important to ask how much is the co-payment and out-of-pocket prior to procedures. Normally, it's like $25 to $50, right?
Well, it's hard to say what it will be. Again, we're talking like we don't talk when we go to a medical office. I know some of you go to medical. My deductible is $25 every time I go to the doctor, the medical doctor. Well, that could be different when you go to the dentist because it depends on what you're having done. So what I would say is educate yourself first by call. Don't be afraid to call your dental insurance company. They work for you. That's the first thing I tell patients. Don't be afraid to call the insurance and say, explain to me my policy. Explain to me what dentists fit in my plan. Explain to me how this policy works, because your company bought this policy.
Mm-hmm.
You own that, have the policy. It's not my dental plan, it's your plan.
Exactly.
You can fight to get the money paid to your dentist. And a lot of people don't know how. They get nervous about it. They're not educated about it. And I tell patients, here's another thing on insurance. Call the company, tell them you demand, or you want a review of the services, or you want to not protest. The word is not protest. You want to get a approval before the work is done, and you and
Mm-hmm.
your doctor and the front office can have a conversation. So if I give you a treatment plan and it looks like it's going to be $3,500, you only get $2,500 for the year. You want to sit down with the finance department at anybody's office and discuss how does this work, or you want to call your insurance company and say, break this down to me. Here's my treatment plan, or send out for a pre-approval. A pre-approval means that the insurance company has already pre-approved all the work that the practitioner wants to do, that the prices they sent, and we already know what the doctor is going to get paid and what you will have to pay out of pocket. It is a contract that says this is what we've agreed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're getting a lot of dental work or done and it's costly, sit down with the office and say, please, can you send out a pre-approval, and then don't start the work until the pre-approval has been sent,
Exactly.
and you have it in your hand. You
Exactly.
get it before we get it. I tell my patients, they will tell you with your estimate of benefits what you are expected to pay before you walk in the office. So to answer your question, I'm going to see Dr. Thompson. I don't know what I need to bring in. You call our office. We have very trained staff that can go through your insurance. But if you don't, like you said, Neila, did you check with my insurance? Well, if you don't feel they're giving you the answers at the front desk, you call your insurance company and say,
Exactly.
you work for me. And they do. They work for the company that is giving you the policy.
Exactly.
So have them explain to you, those representatives, explain to you how they're paying your dentist and demand that they pay it at that percent.
That's it.
Or yeah.
You got it. I got a couple more things, and I know you got to get busy and
Yeah.
take care of some things. I know I do too, but let me run through these real quick. Ben Ian said, teeth can also heal and rejuvenate, which your dentist won't tell you if you change your diet. You can sometimes save a bad tooth. So he
Well,
said,
there is science about now. There's science out there now, and about how we can how teeth can be put. What did he use the word rejuvenated?
yeah,
Where how we're talking about how you can take a cell, put it in, the word is not rejuvenated, I'm trying to say, but there's science out there about that. As far as a cavity in the tooth and it needs to be filled, I'm not sure about what the viewer is saying, but if there's a small cavity starting in the tooth, can it remineralize? Yes. Can we use fluoride from toothpaste, or a varnish, a fluoride varnish, or just, again, brushing well, taking care of the tooth? It's a possibility that the tooth can remineralize based on minerals and foods that we eat. I have to be careful with that because you have to look at the situation of the tooth. So
mhm.
there could be what I call a pinpoint cavity in the tooth, and it may never go anywhere. And yes, it could be a spot on the tooth where a cavity was beginning to form, and then the enamel remineralized and hardened, and it never got soft where it becomes a cavity. So yes, there can be remineralization in our teeth, but I have to say, with caution, what is the situation that we're talking about? You can't come in with a big gaping hole in your tooth and expect me as a science of dentistry to say it's going nowhere. It's not going to just morph and turn and close back up. It's not.
Right. And so Busy Mama said we should not even, Busy Mama, by the way, is a nurse. She said, and she's an administrative as well, because she's in meetings and everything. She's one of the ones that make decisions for nurses on the floor and all that. So yeah, she's pretty big in that. She said we should not even have to go to the extremes of credit for teeth dental care. Insurance should be covering 100% of preventive diseases, associated dental disease, but don't get me started. I know that's right, but hold on. Crossbull said, if you ask many dentists, take payments and give discounts to longtime clients. We mentioned that. And dental care investment in our overall health, more important than Starbucks, Netflix, cable, clothes, makeup, dental health. I mean, because you can have all that stuff look gorgeous, and when you do like this, ah! Ben said, oh, hold on, oh my God, this is one up too far. Hold on one second, I'm trying to, oh God, where is it? Oral health care cannery in the coal mine regarding our health. Not all dentists, but many one step away from a car salesman, doing unnecessary work and charging way too much, is what one of them said. Hey, Shell, he said that's what some dentists do. Not all of them, but some do.
Correct.
A lot of them are, on that.
In every profession, you can talk about an attorney, you can talk about lawyers, attorneys, politicians,
Mhm.
leaders in our community, government, down to the medical facilities,
Yep.
medical offices, dental. Every profession, there are going to be a few people. I mean, look at what we're looking about our police departments.
Yep.
Heard yesterday on CNN, and I'm saying this, paraphrasing what I heard on CNN yesterday. There are bad professionals in every type of profession, or
Every.
give them a bad name, and it's
Mhm.
unfortunate. That is why there is consumers. There are places to go to complain to when you're not getting the best treatment. If you go to www.isds.org and you're having an issue with your dentist, there is a site to go and lodge a complaint without hiring a attorney. And
Wow.
that's what our society does. In the Illinois State Dental Society, we have a peer review board. So if you want to put a claim against not being treated well, or you think you were mistreated or it was unethical, there is a department on the Illinois State Dental Society where you can lodge a complaint, and it will be reviewed among peers. I've served on that committee many a times, and it is all the time, to tell you the truth, Neil, it's about communication. It
Mhm.
boils down to, I gave you money, you took my money, you didn't do a good job, or you perceived it as not a good job, and I want my money back. Or the dentist saying, this is a business, I'll give you some of it back, but not all of it back. And you had a guest a week ago, Stephanie, the baker, that says not all customers are correct, and she said you can't eat the cake and have only 2 bites left and tell me you want all your money back. And I just laughed at that. And it's in every business. It's logistics, it's common sense,
Right.
and it's good business practice. So everyone is not out to take your money, and it's unfortunate for those who've had bad dental experiences that they were at the hands of people who've taken their money, and and didn't get good quality dental care, or felt that they didn't get what they wanted. However, do your homework, due diligence, talk to people, get recommendations from people you trust, and family, friends. Do your homework and find the people that you want to go to. And I have to say this, there are people who also put bad reviews because they had one bad day with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even, you mentioned, I don't look at the reviews. I don't. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a word of mouth. I 26 years been word of mouth. This is kind of the last couple of years I've been out social media. This 2 times I've done social media, done one radio show. I don't have a billboard. I don't put a lot of ads. I call it a family affair. The patients
Mm-hmm.
that have come to me in 26 years at night at the different sites I've been at, all have been word of mouth of family, friends. And I love it. I call it 3 degrees of separation. You're going to meet
Wow.
somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So you
Exactly.
have to find a home. I call it a dental home. So look for the dental home that fits you. Sometimes everybody can't go to the same dentist. So you need different things. So find a dental home that fits you,
You.
whether
That's
it's
it.
the hours, it's the time they spend with you, the convenience, up the street, down the street, your insurance. You got to weigh all those things when you're looking for a dental practitioner that let me just say this. Dentists are like mechanics and hairstylists. Once you find a good one, you stick with them.
Wow.
People don't go in and out of a lot of dental offices. I have to say, there are patients who've been with me these 26 years, and then there are people who had to leave, and then some of them who have left because God has called them home. But they've had years with me. So when you find a dentist that is family, you stick with them. And be careful just doing all the hopping from dentist to dentist. You
Yeah.
really won't get the care you need.
Yep, you're right. I was with one dentist for 4 or 5 years now, and I've had to change because of insurance
And it's
issues.
understandable.
But and then I found you. So, and I did my homework prior to reaching out to the list of dentists that the insurance said were fully vested in. So I did my homework on all those dentists, and it was like about 12 of them. And you stuck out. You stuck out. I mean, not like a sore thumb, but you stuck out like a grand thumb. And I was like, wow. So let me go here and call them. And I'm glad I did, because I felt very comfortable in the office with you. I watched how you guys operated. That was my big thing. And yes, the
That's key.
ventilation.
Watch around the office. And let me just interject. If there's something going on in the office that you don't like, use the emails because we all have websites.
Mhm.
Send the doctor an email. Can't do better if we don't know better.
Exactly.
So
Instead
if
of
there's something
typing.
going on in the office you don't understand,
Right.
you didn't like how it was handled, a lot of times you can't speak directly to the dentist because we're busy. You have your gatekeepers, which are I call them gatekeepers. They're at the front desk. But send an email or
Right.
ask for the doctor's email address.
Mhm.
Send an email because we're private business owners. Unless you're at a DSO, which is a dental service organization like a Aspen or a Dental Works, and you should demand quality there too. So if you're
Exactly.
not happy where you are, don't be afraid to use your voice to say what you don't like, not complaining about this or that, but you deserve quality care no matter what community you live in.
Exactly.
So it doesn't make sense for you to have to travel outside of your zip code
Nope.
to find someone that can serve you and give you what you deserve, but you
Exactly.
got to demand it too. And if
Exactly.
you put us at a bar of excellence and customer service,
Hmm.
we should give you that that bar. I can't speak for all 7,000 dentists in the city, in the Chicagoland area, the Chicago Dental Society, but I can speak for majority of them and many. And then look to see what organizations your dentists are a part of. The CDS, The ISDS and the ADA are organizations that stand behind dentists, and we use that is our backbone. And again, those organizations are there to protect not only us but the patient, the
Mm-hmm.
client. So there are rights for you that are on these websites that you may not know. What is the client's right when you go for these practices? So go to those websites, look at the information. They'll even tell you about how insurance works. We put articles out, webinars that can help you with how to be a better consumer when it comes to visiting, having a pleasant dental experience. And thank you so much for having me on. I really
Oh, thank
appreciate it. I
you.
went way over the
Thank
time.
you. I know, right? I got a quick one for you. If you got a couple seconds, it says we were going. This is Bobby and her husband, the ones where they told you the dentist. She said we were going to get a checkup when we got that diagnosis. She said they didn't even give either of us a dental X-ray. Now that's tripped out. That's the one that wanted to have all their teeth pulled. She said they didn't even have a dental X-ray.
Wow.
So we're
Do
gonna
your
leave that one right
homework.
there.
Bobby and her husband.
Yeah.
Bobby and your husband, please
Yeah.
seek another dental office, and you should be coming in. If it's a screening, that means that you're just sitting in the chair and they're looking in your mouth. An exam, a comprehensive exam, involves getting x-rays and an exam of your teeth. That's what, and you want to ask, am I getting a comprehensive exam or periodic exam, or what type of exam are you doing? Is it going to involve x-rays? And once you get that, and also don't be afraid to get a copy of your records. You are allowed a copy of your records. You sign a HIPAA form that says I can get my records. Take those records and get a copy, and feel free to visit other offices who can do who can be a partner with you. But
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you got up and left, and seek a second opinion.
And so I got to ask you a quick question here too. You looked in those nostrils. You stupid Yvette. You so silly. I know, right? What does she think? Or a couple questions. I know you got to go, but I want to clear these up because I know a lot of people want these answers.
Sure.
What do you think about the charcoal paste and toothbrushes?
Coming to I'll give you, you know what, charcoal whitening is a trend. It's out there. Charcoal whitening was out there before, was in other countries before it came here to the United States, because we have to FDA approve things here. It is out there. We patients are asking about charcoal whitening. Look at the box, or the look at and make sure it has FDA approved on it. That's my recommendation with using it. Be careful using products that are not federally approved, meaning FDA approved. That tells
And
you if
even
they
those
said
that
it.
are, because the FDA approve a lot of crap here that other countries won't even approve. That's bad.
That's another thing too. Or I am going to say the safest conversation you can have about charcoal whitening is with your dentist,
Mhm.
because I like to have more conversation, look at what you're talking about, look in your mouth, determine what if this is something that is beneficial or harmful. So when we start talking about whitening, you really want to have that conversation with your dentist and make sure that they are suggesting, recommending products that we have looked at, or that could be beneficial for you and not harmful for you.
And so, what about? She said, "What about bamboo brushes? Are bamboo brushes good for the teeth?"
Yes, I actually talked to the company representative at one of our dental meetings. They are. I took some samples. I've recommended them. They're all natural. We have patients that get into wellness, natural, and I partner with those clients who say I like all natural things. And I try. I do my homework and look at it. Bamboo brushes are very great brushes. They also don't harm the
Now,
environment. They're great brushes. So in my opinion, yes, I've tried them. I brought them home. I used one on myself, and I was able to get a sample from the company. So yes,
awesome.
it's a good brush. It's something I do recommend.
And Linda said, "Is there any other healthcare financing that assists in dental payments outside of Care Credit?"
Google it, because there are some companies that were out there, but then they've left us.
Yeah.
I am let me just say disclaimer, I have no stock in Care Credit. I am not a representative of Care Credit. I get no funding to say this, but it's a company that's been around a long time. They have not
Yeah.
left. But there have been, you can Google like credit card, health financing credit cards, see what comes up. And again, I can't speak for them, but I can speak for Care Credit because that's what I'm accustomed to and what I've seen give clients the best options. And I've worked with them, and when I've had disputes, They cleared it up. And when I've gotten angry and said, hey, this is not right, they made it right. So that is a company that I can confidently recommend.
I got a real good one. I got congratulations, doctor. They say they value your wisdom. Thank you, Anthony Joyner.
Oh,
I
thank you.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
And Yvette said usually they show you on the X-rays what's wrong. But Crossbull said, what does Dr. Thompson think about non-fluoride toothpaste? For example, Tom's of Maine. You know, Tom's toothpaste of Maine and all. What do you think about that?
Wow. Okay. I'll give you the Dr. Thompson scientific version, which is we need fluoride because fluoride is, as I say, vitamins for the teeth. There are what we call anti-fluoridationists. They're like, whatever you say, I don't want it. It does this. I don't fight you on it. That is your belief. That is your right to feel that way. And I don't have a argument with you about not using fluoride. But I like for you to know that we do have fluoride naturally occurring in other things. Your tap water has fluoride in it. We have to look at you have to Google which bottled waters have fluoride in it. We have to be careful to look at that too, because there are some waters out on the market that do have fluoride in it and some that don't. You get it from tea, from the soil, from your foods. So there's a whole lot of places you're getting fluoride besides having it in toothpaste. Why it is in toothpaste? It's in there because we have done studies to show that when we have fluoride, a certain amount of fluoride, it is that extra protection to the enamel. And remember, I said a while back, is the enamel is the hardest bone in our bodies. When we die and leave this earth, our teeth will still be in our skull. And the fluoride is there to help protect that enamel and strengthen it and make it less susceptible. It's your armor for you. Us Christians, we want to put on the armor of God. It is the armor for the tooth. So fluoride is there for a purpose, and that's why we've studied it a long time to know that we need it in our food, and we get it from food and water. But when you are in communities where there's not enough of it at the right amount, that can lead to cause of cavities. And let me say this, the number of people susceptible and are dealing with a disease, cavities is a disease, whether you want to believe it or not. It's not just a situation in your mouth. Having a mouth full of cavities is a disease. It's second to a common cold. And I like to leave it with you at that. Cavities are serious. So when we don't take care of cavities from childhood age to adults, you are walking around with a disease in your mouth. That is bacteria sitting in a tooth causing disease and leading to other things. So we go from a tooth that has a cavity in it causing disease to bacteria in the mouth that can make you susceptible to gum disease. So again, cavities is a rampant illness in the United States, and we're not treating it like other diseases. And that's why I say we're oral health professionals, so that we can help you understand your mouth is important, and you're walking around with a disease in your mouth that many people don't know they have. It's silent, but it's not silent when you wake up and do this and you call me and say this disease is symptomatic, and I need you to take care of it now. So it's there, it just hasn't given you a symptom yet.
And they ask, is fluoride poisonous at all?
Anything too much of can be poisonous. In the right amount of it, no. It too little or too much can be harmful.
And they're saying, and I'm gonna tell you why. We have a lot of natural health people on
well, yes.
And one of the things that I've talked about in our prior shows was with a guy named Randall, and we were talking about the pineal gland and decalcifying the pineal gland, which allows your third eye to be activated to see. And one of the main things that they say has calcified the pineal gland is fluoride. Over the years of use has calcified the pineal gland, which has blocked the third eye from vision and connection to the outer world and all that kind of stuff. So one of the things they talk about is fluoride, using fluoride, and to stop using fluoride and how bad fluoride is. So what do you have on that take?
I am not aware of what you just spoke about in that naturalistic, holistic point. But when I have a client comes in and say something like that to me, I respect it. And I just say, as a woman who deals with evidence-based science, there's been a lot of written literature and scientific data about what fluoride is and how it can be helpful. So I'll just say this respectfully: too much or too little can cause some problems. And in a situation that you're speaking of, it sounds like it could be having too much of it could cause issues. There is something called fluoridosis, and because it's too much fluoride. So that's why it needs to be in the right amounts. But for clients who just say, I'm just going to take it out of I'm not going to use toothpaste or mouth rinses with it in. That's fine. I'm not going to argue with you over that. That's your choice. But I'm here to just educate you about the importance of why it's needed. And you're still getting it in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just end with that. Too much or too little can be a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so they said you got to really be careful with giving fluoride toothpaste to young children.
Yes, and if you look at the toothpaste for young children, you have to look at it. It's already in a safe amount. Again, if a child is sucking on a tube of toothpaste, we have a problem. Again, too much, not enough can be issues. So those are already been designed to have the right amount of fluoride in them, and you're only supposed to use a pea-size amount of toothpaste, even as children and adults. A lot of our adults don't know that. The commercials show you putting a lot of toothpaste on the toothbrush because that's a commercial. They want you to buy the product. But we teach you don't need to take the entire length of the brush with toothpaste. A pea-size amount is the recommended amount, the size of a pea on your toothbrush. So a dab will do you.
Yeah, y'all heard that, right? No matter how funky your breath is, how dirty your teeth is, just floss your teeth. Floss your teeth.
Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, use a mouth rinse, and see your dentist twice a year.
Yes, and I gotta ask you last question. How often and what do you think about whitening? Because Jerry asked about whitening further up into the comments, and I didn't get to that. What do you think? How often should a person go get whitening? And if you say what type of whitening should they be getting?
Well, that's another great question. I get that all the time, no matter if I'm talking to a client chair side or even the students saying clients are coming into the clinic and they want to talk about whitening. What I like to do is educate you first about your oral cavity and how healthy it is, and is it time or for whitening. Some people come in and they just want to talk about whitening. I just want my teeth whitened. I don't want to hear nothing else. So I say, well, my job as an educator is to educate you on whitening. There are different types of whitening products. To answer your question, whitening is great. It's what everybody wants: white teeth. A healthy white teeth is what I say. So I would have to just first of all say, yes, it's great to whiten when you have a healthy oral cavity. And its whitening should be done under certain times or conditions with a healthy oral cavity. And if it is a healthy oral cavity, you're not susceptible to decay in the teeth. You're not dealing with sensitivity. There are whitening products that you can use over the counter, or you can come in and have a professional whitening done. And that is a conversation that should be done with your dentist. But be careful with buying whitening products over the counter. You want to look and see what they are and still have that conversation with a dental professional about, is it safe for you to whiten? But yes, I support whitening because we all want nice, beautiful white teeth, but I support it under the right conditions and circumstances.
And is charcoal strictly for whitening the teeth, or does it have any other beneficial?
It's been used for whitening. My understanding is, I've only understood it to be used for whitening. Yes.
Okay. Jerry Burdick said, thank you so much for all this great information. Everybody is saying thank you because this is a wealth of information for them.
Good.
I got a question for you because a lot of my viewers are in other states. Bobby Norman Cubbage and her husband Samuel, they're in Philly.
Hi.
They're in Pittsburgh, not Philly. They're in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And then you have a lot of other people. They're in Texas, or they're in Jersey, or they're in on the West Coast, like Cross Bull is in California. So we have people in all different areas. And Frugal is in Texas. What about? I see we have the ISDS, Illinois State Dental
Society.org. Right. Yeah. So every state has a state dental society. Good. Well, let me have you ask the question. Go ahead and ask the question. I'm sorry.
I'm going to ask you, how can they access What are the acronyms or whatever to find out their own state dental society? Find
Okay.
out your own state dental society.
So Google the state you're in, Illinois State Dental Society. The acronym will come up, ISDS. Wisconsin State Dental Society. Iowa, California State Dental Society. Just to give you a quick it's we call it a tripartite. I'll do this like a triangle.
Uh-huh.
You have the ADA, the American Dental Organization, is the organization for all American dentists in the in the United States. Then you have each state have their own dental society, and then you have components of those. So here in Illinois, we have I'm a member of the American Dental because I am a licensed dentist and I pay dues to the American Dental Association. But then I am under the umbrella of the Illinois State Dental Society, which is my state that I am licensed in. And then because Illinois is so huge, we have a large state. We have a small component, which is called the Chicago Dental Society.
Oh.
Now, I'm going to give shout outs to the Illinois State and the Dental State Society. If you are looking for a dentist and you like, I don't know where to go, you can go on those sites and say, look for a dentist. You can find me on the ADA website. So you can go to the ada.org, type in, look for a dentist, put in Chicago, Illinois. You can say zip code 60620, or you could just put my name in, and you can do it now. Let's do that now. I don't know if you can pop up the screen and show them, but you can go to the ada.org website, find a dentist, and my profile will come up, or any dentist profile, so you can see the dentist. And this is a part of what our society do, because we want to educate you on who your practitioner is. You can go to the Illinois State, you can go to the Chicago Dental Society and do Find My Dentist, and you can locate your dentist, or you can go to the Illinois State Dental Society and do Find My Dentist. So I'm linked with my profile is linked with all of those. But your dentist in your state, you can do the same thing. If they are a member of the American Dental Association, they have the benefit of putting their profile out there so that you can find a dentist. And that is what this whole show is about. How do I find someone that's in my state or in my community through that? And if they are part of the American Dental Association or their state dental society, you have a dentist who is very well or in organized dentistry, and that is who we are accountable to, or who we depend on to fight the battles for you and our and talk about oral health. So you can find all kind of healthy wealth of information about you as a client or a patient, or just about dentistry itself.
And your name is SHERECE, right?
Correct. SHERECE. So I should be under Sharice, middle initial B. My maiden name is Baylark. Shout out to all my family members, because that's what I received my degree in, under Sharice Baylark, and Thompson is my married name.
I'm looking at it. It's not coming up with you on here. It's coming up hepatitis B, all this crap. What is going on?
So when you go on the ADA web page, and I can't pull it, there may be a little box that says, or come up that says Find My Dentist. I'm not sure if, I might have to walk you through, but you might have to practice it a little bit. But if you go to the cds.org website as well, it should be a dentist locator or something that might be connected with our ADA.
Okay, yeah, cds.org. I'm in here right now, and I'm just looking for you. If member sign in, I'm not a member. I still should just be able to go in here.
Okay, let me see when I go in if you can find when you say ada.org. Okay, if you go into the search bar, can you get in Find My Dentist? Let me see. Find a dentist in the search bar.
Oh, they got you on here, Dr. Sharice.
Okay, you see it?
Yeah,
so now
March, April. Yep. They got a lot of stuff on here about you. They got stuff on here about where you did some work or something.
The couple of community. I love community outreach. So
you must have done some peer articles.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I see it. Okay, yeah, okay.
But the picture of the is it a picture profile of me?
No, I don't see a picture on here. It's just telling me all of from March, April, January, February, Dr.
Oh, it's probably talking just kind of like literature that's been written, or literature reviews.
Yeah.
Okay, let me help you. I'll find it for you and get it right, and then help you with getting it, because the picture is supposed to pop up when you do it. Keywords dentist, you can put that in, and it says how to find a dentist. So there is a section right there, find how to find a dentist. And okay, here it is. It's healthy, mouthhealthy.org. Mouthhealthy.org. So MOUTHHEALTHY.org.
Got it.
That is the ADA site. Then you click in and find a dentist by the area, zip code, specialty, and the profile of the person will pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to
I
call
don't know
me.
if I can. Can I type in that chat? Am I able to type in
Yeah,
that
you can
chat?
type. Oh,
Cool.
yeah, in the private, it'll say private for you. So you can type
Okay.
in the chat. So I'm on mouthhealthy.org.
Yes.
Dr. Sharice B. Thompson. And that comes up on your, yep, infection control tips, how to find a dentist, how to find a dentist. And it does have that there, how to find a dentist when I put you in the search bar. So then how to choose a dentist in 4 steps. Start with the basics.
So you can, if you're in another state, you will put the address or zip code of probably where you want to go, or how many distance. Like maybe put your address and zip code in.
Right.
The distance, you want to go 1 mile, 5 miles. Is it a general dentist? And then when you click down, there is different specialties. So you would want to go general dentist if you were for me, or if it's a specialist. And then you can, or type in the dentist name. So if you know someone referred you someone, and you can just go ahead and type in their name and then hit the search, and they will come in. So that's how you would do that. But if you just want to go down to dentist name and not put in zip codes, let me see if I tried my way. Yep, I'll just put in my name and hit search. Oh, they're
I
asking for
put
the
in
zip
your
code.
name. I put in periodontics. You're
Uh,
not periodontic.
General. I just put in
No.
60643, and there it is. My information. There I am. I pop up.
Bam. Yeah, I put in 60620.
Yep,
Oh, that's why.
60643.
It's showing your office. I see your picture. Yes, I see it now. Yep. General practice. And so, wow.
So
This is
that's what I
amazing.
recommend that your viewers do, and that's where you start. And if that's where you can begin and feel comfortable about the type of practitioner that you are seeking out. But do your homework, and again, listen to friends and family who you trust. Just like if you wanted someone to come in your home and be a contractor, you're gonna seek out people who you've seen them do work in their home. So we are the best people to market ourselves, or your family and your friends are the best marketing people. Oh, there you go. That's cute. I like it. Okay.
Right. And
All
like she just said, should be teaching all of this in elementary school and public school systems. And I agree. If she should publish a book about dentistry, Bobby Norman Cubbage and her husband said we'd be happy to be the publishers.
Well, if you want to write it, I'll speak it. You write it and publish it.
She said you'll write, you'll speak
One of
it,
one
but
of my
you
weakest
write it.
points is writing, but I can definitely journal and give you some journal notes.
So here's the thing:
But I'm honored. I'm honored
you
by
can
that.
actually record it yourself. Different things that people you need to know, starting with elementary, going into high school, going into college, and going into dentistry. You can speak it on, verbalize it into a
That's true.
recording, and they can always have it put on print. They are publishers. They are publishers, and
Well,
yeah,
reach out to me, publishers. We this might be a new opportunity, and
yeah,
I already always say, there's all, God opened doors
yeah,
that you just can't believe that might open in your favor. So
yeah.
again, this I do this because I love doing it, and I'm on here for 2 hours because
Right.
I can talk about, like I tell patients, I can talk about dentistry all day long, but I do it because if you leave this program or you fast forward it and take the bar over to the last minute, middle of it, if you can get 3 pearls from it, and I want to just leave you with those 3 things. Dentistry is anxiety to dentistry is real, but you don't have to stay in that fear. Find someone that you can partner with to help you through it. And dentists take that seriously. And find the person who's taking you seriously when you say you're afraid of going to the dentist, and let them spend, if they're not spending time to talk to you about your fear, then that might be your cue to, okay, I might need to move on. Secondly, educate yourself as well. The social media, Google, do read up on things that that you are interested in, so that when you do go to the dentist and have a conversation, you may, you're aware of those things, and don't be afraid to say, I don't know, can you show me or tell me? And then the third thing is, your mouth is the mirror to your body, and it's not just oral health, it's overall health. So start with the top and move your way down. So if I could just leave you with those three things about dentistry today, uh, then I felt like I've done what I was supposed to do.
And you have. And Bobby Norman Cubbage and them, they said they can make it happen. So I'm gonna connect you to. Is it okay for me to give her your phone number?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna connect you to.
You can give
Now
her my
remember,
contact.
she's in Philly. I mean, they're in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But they're global. Their talk show is global. They have a radio talk show, first of all, on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. They also have a pandemic publishing company. Pandemic Press Publishing is what it's called. They started this last year through the pandemic. They also are podcasters, so they have a podcast.
Wow.
And that would be something I think that you should be doing every 15 half an hour every week, is a podcast on either what you taught in school that week, how it applies to the customer or the client, or the patient, and as so forth. And they are also global, and they have been inducted into the Podcasters Hall of Fame.
Wow.
So putting you two together, and she's an educator. She's an educator.
Thank you.
And they're Christians. So you got a wealth of growth there. And I can see this being something that's taught at a very young age, because children need to know how important it is to save their teeth. They also need to see examples of teenagers who've lost their teeth because of poor dental health. Taking care of they haven't taken care of their teeth. There's teenagers who've lost their permanent teeth that have come in. They have no teeth, not because they got knocked out, because it was rotten. There's children that are small who have rotten teeth.
It is an epidemic.
And the new
Caries
ones
is an epidemic.
That are rotten. So this is something I could see the two of you collaborating on. So when you guys get rich from this, can you guys just kindly think of me and hit my Cash App just with a little tip or something? That's what I'll say. Just Cash App me a little bonus. So that'll be great. But you know what? I want to see young people understand their health, their dental health. I want older people to understand their dental health. I want people to know that invest in your body. Invest in you. You're the only thing that you have. And if you think that hair and makeup and nails and all of that and clothes and perfume is getting you where you want to go, by all means, do that too. But if you look at the outer part and you want to put that out and make yourself look beautiful, think about the inner part, because what's on the inside normally, most likely, ultimately pushes out to be seen on the outside. So whatever is going on in the inside of your body. If you're sick, it'll sooner or later rear its ugly head, and people will see it on the outside appearance. So if you're sick, it's going to show in your eyes. It's going to show in your teeth, your breath, all of that. It's going to show in your skin. It's going to show something's going on. So instead of beautifying yourself on the outside to cover all that up, clean up what's going on the inside, and you'll see a beautiful glow of perfection coming out once you clean up your inside health.
Well said.
That's what I'll tell you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I wish your viewers well, and she's right. Click that button. And I asked my students who were listening, click that button and subscribe and share the information with others. If we need to share knowledge, power comes through knowledge. And if we don't share that knowledge, then lessens our power. So please share and care.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
for taking time with us. God bless you and your husband and your physical therapist. God bless all of you guys.
Thank you so much. She's also my family, but also we really are accountable to each other, and we push each other to do this type of things because she is great in her field of physical therapy. She's out there doing her shows and she's doing a lot, and I'm glad to have her in my life. So, and thank her for supporting us, and also my husband, my number one fan, for supporting me and pushing me in everything I do. But thank you all, my family and friends who listened, and students. Everybody have a blessed day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive.
Yes. Can you hold for a second, sir? I'm on live. Can you hold for 1 second, please? Sure. I'm doing a live feed right now. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna put you on hold, okay? Okay. Thank you. That's Comcast. Everybody, thanks again for joining me. Thank you, Dr. Thompson, for joining us. Whitney, thank you for hanging in there with us this morning. God bless you. And Bobby, I'm going to hook you up with her. I really want you to know who she is, Bobby Norman Covich, and you guys can get together and you guys can plan on creating a book about this, something that is understood from all levels of life, from the childhood level and up, elementary level and up. I think children really need to know about this. Dental health is very important. Everybody, once again, as I say in closing, reach back and give back. Somebody out there needs your smile. Somebody needs to hear some kind words from you. Somebody might need to have prayer said for them. Somebody might need a sandwich, a lunch bag, a bottle of water. Somebody also might need a few dollars in their pocket. By all means, if it's on your heart to give it, please give it. And don't worry about what they're going to do with it. Once again, God loves you. Remember, you need to learn to love yourself so that you can love others in the midst of. Also, in closing, and I got Comcast waiting, peace, love, soul, and hair grease to those whose scalp is itching. Go wash it and put some grease in it. I love you guys, and see you guys on Monday morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time on In My Element with Neila. Be there or be square. By the way, check out Bobby Norman Covich's and Samuel Covich's radio show tomorrow morning on Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio. Put in CCISB Global. blogtalkradio.com/CCISB Global. See you guys tomorrow, Monday morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Go in peace. Have a blessed weekend. And remember, God loves you. Keep the peace. Peace out.